Iris was getting ready for another day of work, ready to clean an apartment. She had no idea that the resident would be home that day, let alone that she would receive an unusual proposal from the young man. He was about to meet his old schoolmates and wanted Iris to accompany him. However, what Iris didn't expect was the real motivation behind this invitation, and that this gathering would reveal surprising and exciting secrets. Iris was a determined young woman who found a unique way to support her family. She dedicated herself to cleaning houses. Her clientele mostly grew through recommendations from satisfied customers who referred her to friends and acquaintances in need of occasional help to maintain their homes. Iris's life was marked by challenges from an early age. She had faced an early pregnancy, which had caused significant tensions with her parents. But with Camille, her lovely daughter, as her endless source of inspiration, Iris found the strength to turn things around. When Camille was just 6 months old, Iris decided it was time to take control of her own life. Facing difficulties in securing a conventional job due to her responsibilities of caring for her daughter, Iris made the decision to embark on the venture of residential cleaning. Quickly, her list of clients started to grow thanks to her dedication and excellent work. The most rewarding aspect of this new phase of her life was the flexibility she had gained. This flexibility allowed Iris to balance her schedule between work and lovingly caring for her daughter Camille, providing a better life for both of them. A new day began, and Iris prepared for another day of hard work. Today, she had the task of cleaning an apartment. It was her first time working in that particular residence. Usually, her clients trusted her competence so much that they would allow her entry into the apartment or leave the key in a strategic location. Most of her clients were extremely busy people who spent the whole day immersed in their professional activities. This resulted in a scenario where Iris rarely had the opportunity to meet her clients personally. This dynamic of trust allowed her to operate discreetly, ensuring cleanliness and organization in the spaces, while her clients continued to fulfill their busy schedules. Iris' morning routine began with a visit to her lovely daughter Camille's room, who was now 4 years old. The plan was to drop the little one off at school before heading to the apartment where she would do the day's cleaning. But something caught her attention immediately. Camille wasn't feeling well. The girl had symptoms of a fever and occasional coughing. Iris, always prepared, had a medicine on hand that usually worked well in similar cases. It was clear that her daughter wasn't in a condition to attend school that day. However, as a dedicated mother and committed professional, Iris couldn't skip her daily responsibilities either. With care, she medicated Camille, making sure she would be as comfortable as possible. Then she made a difficult but necessary decision. In this extraordinary situation, Iris decided to take Camille with her to work. This was a measure she had never had to take before, but given the circumstances, it was the only option to ensure she wouldn't fail her commitment to the client. Upon arriving at the apartment, Iris noticed that the key wasn't in the place where the client had agreed to leave it. Faced with this unexpected situation, she decided to ring the apartment's doorbell. To her surprise, a young man emerged from inside with a friendly smile. "You must be Iris, right?" The young man said. "I'm Nathan. I ended up having to work from home today, but feel free to go ahead with the cleaning." "Good morning, Mr. Nathan," Iris said. "I really didn't expect to find you at home. I'm sorry, but I had to bring my daughter with me. I promise she won't be a disturbance." Nathan, with a warm smile, replied, "No need to call me sir. Just Nathan is fine for me. And as for your daughter, there's no problem at all. If you'd like, you can put on a movie for her on the TV." Nathan's kindness and understanding pleasantly surprised Iris. During that morning, She did her best to be careful and quiet while doing her work, knowing that the apartment owner was focused on his tasks. It was almost lunchtime when Iris was still busy finishing the cleaning. It was at that moment that Nathan came out of the room he was in. "Iris, I'm going to have lunch. Would you and your daughter like to join me?" he asked. Iris wasn't used to receiving so much consideration from a client, but she also didn't want to take advantage of Nathan's kindness, as he had already been so generous in allowing her daughter to stay there. "Thank you very much, Mr. Nathan," she said with gratitude. "But I'm almost done, and then I need to head home so my daughter can rest a bit." Nathan insisted, smiling. "I already told you that you don't need to call me sir. After all, I'm not that old. All right, I hope your daughter gets better. Thank you for your service, and here is the payment." That encounter with the apartment resident left a deep impression on Iris. She was used to dealing with distant clients and cold business relationships, and being treated with such equality and empathy touched her deeply. This was even more significant due to the challenging life history that had led her to this moment. Iris crossed paths with Victor, Camille's father, at a party. She and her friends were young, just reaching adulthood and eager to celebrate and have fun. It was in this festive setting that Iris met Victor, a slightly older guy whose charm eventually seduced the innocent Iris. For a few months, they met, but Victor never showed any interest in a serious relationship with Iris. While the young woman was immersed in passionate emotions, Victor kept his distance when it came to family involvement, avoiding any commitment. He never introduced Iris to his own family, and when he found out about the pregnancy, his reaction was to disappear without a trace. With limited knowledge about the guy, Iris found herself abandoned, carrying the responsibility of an unexpected pregnancy and the uncertainty of the future that awaited her. Despite the initial conflict that Camille's pregnancy generated with her parents, Iris had their support throughout the pregnancy. When Camille finally came into the world, family and friends rallied together, donating clothes and diapers for the baby. This demonstration of solidarity helped Iris get through this challenging period. With the strength of her family and the warmth of her friends, Iris gradually managed to pick herself up and pave a path to a better future for her and her daughter. Although Iris faced significant challenges, she had to put aside her dream of becoming a nurse. The reality of motherhood and the need to support her daughter did not give her the time and resources needed to return to her studies. A week had passed since Iris had last cleaned Nathan's apartment, the friendly customer who had surprised her with his kindness. Then she received a message from him requesting a new cleaning for the next day. This time, the keys were in the agreed-upon place, which surprisingly left Iris with a feeling of disappointment. Maybe, even unconsciously, she hoped to meet that young man again. When entering the apartment, Iris soon noticed that there was a surprise waiting for her. A gift package was carefully placed on the table, accompanied by a note that said, "Iris, this is a gift for your daughter. I hope she likes it." After finishing the cleaning, Iris set off to pick up her daughter from school, the gift carefully wrapped in her hands. Seeing the joy in Camille's eyes when she received the gift filled Iris with emotion. This simple display of affection from Nathan made Iris reflect on how her daughter could have been treated by a loving father. How different it could have been if Victor had been a present father. Music. The following week, Iris went to clean Nathan's apartment again, and this time, to her surprise, the young man was at home. He opened the door with a friendly smile and greeted Iris. "Hello, Iris. I hope I'm not interrupting. Today, I'm working from home." Iris returned the smile. "Not at all. I hope I'm not bothering you. After all, it's your home." That day, As Iris carried out her cleaning tasks, she and Nathan engaged in casual conversation that flowed naturally, as if they were old friends. They discussed everyday topics, shared stories and experiences, creating an atmosphere of genuine friendship. At the end of the day, Iris bid farewell, thanking Nathan once again for the gift he had given to her daughter. In the following weeks, she continued to visit Nathan's home once a week for cleaning. Sometimes she found him there, while on other occasions, he wasn't present. Nathan, being a slightly older lawyer than Iris, occasionally shared details about the cases he was working on, while Iris shared her own life journey. One day, while carrying out her task, Nathan shared with Iris that he had a meeting scheduled with his old high school friends. He admitted that he wasn't particularly excited to go, but he had made a commitment to attend and hadn't seen these friends in a long time. What really surprised Iris was what he said next. When I was in high school, I used to say I'd never get married or have kids. It was an idea I had back then, so I was always known as the bachelor of the group. You know what would be really fun? If I showed up there married. At that moment, Nathan seemed to have a sudden idea. He looked at Iris and asked, "Iris, would you be willing to accompany me to this meeting, pretending to be my wife?" Although she found the idea somewhat unusual, Iris considered that it could be a fun experience to spend some time with Nathan. Nathan arranged a babysitter for Camille, allowing the two of them, properly dressed, to head to the gathering. Iris could barely remember the last time she had dressed up and put on so much makeup. It was truly refreshing to have a fun moment in the midst of her busy routine. Upon arriving at the meeting place, Iris felt Nathan's hand in hers and heard him say with a playful smile, "If we're going to pretend we're married, we have to do it right." It was a fun gesture that made her smile, and they entered the meeting holding hands. Nathan's old friends were genuinely surprised when he introduced Iris as his wife. They teased her, asking how she had managed to convince that confirmed bachelor to finally get married. The atmosphere of the evening was relaxed and enjoyable, and everyone seemed to be having a great time. As the night went on, it became increasingly difficult to tell if Iris and Nathan were just pretending or allowing their true feelings to flow freely. They continued to hold hands, exchanged knowing glances, and engaged in lively conversations with Nathan's friends. It was as if the line between acting and reality became blurred, creating a sense of genuine closeness between them. The relaxed mood was about to change dramatically with the arrival of Nathan's late friend. When this old friend entered the venue, Iris's face instantly paled. She grabbed Nathan's arm, her voice filled with concern. "Remember when I told you about Camille's father disappearing? He just walked in." Nathan looked in the indicated direction, and his eyes widened when he saw the man who had just entered. "But that's my old friend, Victor," he said incredulously. "Did he do this to you?" Iris asked. Iris wanted to leave, and Nathan readily agreed. As they were about to exit, they crossed paths with Victor. Upon seeing Nathan with Iris, Victor recognized her, despite the years that had passed. In an offensive tone, he said, "Hello, Nathan. What are you doing with this gold digger? Looks like she finally managed to scam someone." Nathan, knowing Iris well enough to know that all of Victor's words were false, responded firmly, "Victor, you have no right to insult Iris. She is a hardworking and honorable woman. Now, excuse us. We're leaving." He then walked away with Iris, leaving behind Victor's harsh words and choosing to protect his friend's dignity and integrity. It was a supportive gesture that further strengthened their bond. Already in the car and with emotions more under control, Iris expressed her gratitude to Nathan for standing by her side in that difficult situation. Iris, Victor has proven to be a complete scoundrel who needs to take responsibility. I can help you make him acknowledge Camille as his daughter, said Nathan. But Iris's words surprised him. I always wondered what it would be like if Victor had stayed with me and been a father to Camille. But today, I had proof that I don't want that man in my life, let alone in my daughter's life. I've been working hard and managing to take care of her without his help. She doesn't need a father who rejected her. Nathan looked at Iris with admiration and asked, "And what about me, Iris? Would you like to have me in your life?" "Yes, Nathan. I would like you to be a part of my life," Iris replied with a smile. The two of them shared a sweet, passionate kiss, sealing the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Their relationship continued to strengthen, and Nathan felt that he had finally found someone with whom he could envision a future together. Camille, Iris's daughter, also grew fond of him, and the bond between the three of them flourished. After some time, Iris and Nathan decided to get married. It was a moment of celebration and fulfillment for them, and it also allowed Iris to pursue her dream of becoming a nurse. The story of Iris, Nathan, and Camille teaches us a powerful lesson about leaving the past, represented by Victor, behind. Sometimes, the people who should be by our side fail to fulfill their responsibilities and expectations, causing disappointment and pain. However, it is essential to recognize that we are not limited by the actions of those who have harmed us. Iris chose not to let Victor's absence define her and her daughter's destiny. Instead, she focused on building a worthy and loving life for Camille, with the genuine support of Nathan.